Hello, my soapy friends, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Lissa, also known as the Soap Chef on this channel, where we make all things with a rather good lather. I've been a maker in this industry for over 2 decades. We are a 3D bath bomb mold supplier, and my favorite products to make, of course, are bath bombs. But that's enough about me.
Good morning,
Let's get
friends,
right to the
and welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate that. In just a couple of seconds, we're going to go over to Creation Station, and we're going to be making a leave-in hair conditioner, which is really good if you have curly hair. I don't know why I always do that every time I say curly. Anyways, I have wavy hair, not curly hair, but when I use this product, it enhances the waves and makes it really nice and curly because of the ingredients. Speaking of ingredients, there are a couple of ingredients in this particular formula that are a little bit more on the costly side. I get them from Brambleberry as well as the Formulator Shop. I try not to formulate too much using expensive ingredients or hard to source ingredients because listen, I'm a maker first, right? And I'm trying to watch my pennies just like everybody else is. And I want you guys to be able to source the ingredients easily. Speaking of Brambleberry, I want to give them a shout out because I had purchased multiple ingredients to make this particular product, and it got kind of lost in the mail. It was stuck actually in Illinois for like 11 days. And I contacted them because I was watching the tracking and waiting so that I could get this formula done. And I contacted them, let them know what was happening, and they said, no problem, we're going to issue you a refund. It absolutely does look like it is stuck. So they issued me a refund right away. And they started doing their own investigation and found out that yes, it was indeed stuck somewhere and kind of lost. So like 11 days later, it finally shows up at my doorstep. I contact them, let them know, because they did issue me a refund already, and let them know the package finally did arrive. Would you like me to send that back to you? And they said, no, you just go ahead and keep that. Hopefully you can put it to good use. Yes, I can for today's formula. Now, in the meantime, I had to already go ahead and replenish those supplies elsewhere, which was from the Formulator Shop. But I do want to say that the customer service and my experience with Brambleberry was exceptional. I don't purchase from them a lot because they're a little on the pricey side, and I'm not a beginner maker. In my personal opinion, take it for what it's worth, they're a little bit more geared towards the hobbyist or the beginner maker when you're just starting out. And I've been doing this for going on 23 years now. And so again, I really have to watch my pennies, right, in my business. But they did have a couple of the ingredients that I really was looking forward to. One of them was a curl enhancer. So I wound up getting everything from the Formulator Shop. But kudos to you, Brambleberry, for your excellent customer service. I really appreciate it. Those products absolutely have indeed gone to good use. So thank you so much. Shout out to Brambleberry. You guys were great on this particular transaction, and my experience was wonderful. Okay, if you haven't already subscribed, please do that if you would like to. Like the video if you do like it. You can make a comment down below, share it with your friends. Hit the notification bell so you will always know when we're going to drop a new episode. As far as the recipe is concerned, you can find that on the members section of the channel. You can go over and become a member of Patreon, and you will get this in the PDF format, as well as a host of all kinds of really great information. Things going on in our industry, ingredient highlights, sample recipes, you name it. We have a lot to offer over there. There are 5 different tiers, one of which is a rather good lather. And if you sign up for that tier, you get a soap and a bath bomb every month. Another tier is the mold tier. So you will get a 3D printed bath bomb mold from me every month. Anyways, those are 2 areas that you can go ahead and get the recipes from. If you'd rather not do that, you can go up on my website, soap-chef.com, and you can purchase the PDF there, or you can go to my Etsy shop, which is Soap Chef Molds, and get the PDF file there. With the PDF files, they are short and condensed. I've said this before in other videos, but I'll say it again. I don't ramble on and on and on for 25 pages. I think that's a waste of print. It's a waste of time. You don't need all that stuff. Watch the video. You'll see how it's made. You'll have the recipe in the PDF and the simple steps on how to make it. That's it. That's all you need, right? Okay, who's ready to go and make some hair conditioner with me? Let's go. Okay, friends, here we are over at Creation Station. We're going to be making some lightweight detangling leave-in hair conditioner, and this is really good also for curly hair. I did that because I always scrunch my hair. Quick and easy. I'm making a very small batch for myself today. I already have some, for sale. That's in the other room with all of my other products. So let's just get started. I already have my distilled water weighed out, so we're going to go ahead and get that right into the pan. And then we're going to start measuring off other ingredients here. We're doing this by the grams today. All right, we're going to be putting in some tetrasodium EDTA, which is our chelating agent that helps with hard water and all the different minerals and things like that that we can find in hard water. We don't really want that in our hair. Okay, this is all the water portion, by the way. And so we're going to go ahead and put in some Polyquat 7. And we need just a very small amount of this. Oop, let me tear my scale. Very thick and gloppy if you guys have never worked with this before. I'm going to help it along down my rod here. All right, next we're going to be adding in some powdered panthenol, which is your vitamin B5. Let's see. Try to keep this in an area of your facility, your workshop, your house, whatever it is. Try to keep it as dry and out of any type of moisture that you can. And I will give you guys a list in the description area of where I purchased everything. Next, we're going to be putting in honeyquat. If you wanted to use honey powder, you could do that as well. Like I said, this is a very small little batch. I mean small for myself. That's it. That's all we're making today on camera. After the honeyquat, we're going to be putting in our rice ceramides or rice lipids. It's the same inky. Once again, I will let you guys know in the description area where I purchased all of these. Remember, the theme of today's product is rice, rice, baby. Just like I put in the post over there on Patreon, I did a long post in a PDF, not a PDF, a Word document format about the benefits of rice in your hair products. All right, next up, we are going to be putting in rice protein.
Next up is your CTAC 30 or your cetrimonium chloride. Okay, and then the last thing, which I've already done off camera, is dissolving my guar gum, my cationic guar gum, into some vitamin E. And that's because we're not putting glycerin or propanediol in our formula today. And so it dissolves just as well in oils. You don't have to use the glycerin if you don't want to. And since we're not using that today in the formula, we went ahead and just dissolved that in our vitamin E. So let's get that dissolved guar gum and vitamin E down into the mix here. Because remember, we have to hydrate that now. All right, let's give this a little mix. All the ingredients that we have in here. All right, that's good enough. And we're going to get that right into our water portion. Get every last little bit. Again, as I said in the beginning of the intro, you know, a lot of times we're just doing, you know, kind of standard recipes, and you can source those ingredients relatively easy at just a couple of different suppliers that everybody uses. But sometimes we want a little bit more out of the product depending on what the product is. And this is one of those, since this is a leave-in product, and it's meant to really hydrate your hair and help with if you do have curly hair. I don't have curly hair, I have wavy hair, but sometimes it does resemble curls once I'm done. So this is one of those formulas where we just have, you know, a few other ingredients. There's a couple of other ingredients that you might consider to be a little bit costly. I try not to formulate like that. It adds up, you know what I mean? You start adding all these really cool. Would I love to formulate like that? Oh, absolutely. If I had money coming out of my ears, I would love to formulate like that, but I can't. Just like most of you, you know, we're all watching our pennies. So I can't afford all of those really fancy, costly ingredients. And so I try to stick to just, you know, your standardized ingredients and put them together with other ingredients in such a way that it makes a really great end product. You don't need all the fanciness and the high cost. All right, that's pretty much mixed really well. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move all of my oil ingredients. I'm going to weigh this entire vessel because we are going to lose water to evaporation. So I'm going to weigh the vessel. And I'm going to write that number down. Okay, that's our water portion. We're going to set that off to the side and we're going to start working on our oil portion. Okay, let's continue on with our oil portion, and we're going to be starting off with rice bran oil. Again, continuing on with the rice theme of this product. Followed by amla oil. Followed by argan oil. Oops, little drop came out of there. No, don't be making
making messes. All right, we're going to be putting in some DTMS 50. And lastly, cetyl alcohol. Alrighty. And now don't forget, we already do have our vitamin E that is that should be going into the oil portion. You can put it in the water portion, it's really not a problem, but vitamin E is included. But remember, we already mixed our guar gum into the vitamin E, and that is in our water portion. Okay, so we've got our water portion, we've got our oil portion. Let's just give that a little bit of a mix. I'm going to go put this on the stove. I'm going to put this in a water bath. And in the meantime, I will stick up on the screen all of the benefits of all of the ingredients that we are using in today's formula, so you guys can have a look at that. All right, be right back. Okay, we're back. Let's go ahead and weigh this vessel, because remember, we wrote down that number because we're going to lose some water to evaporation. So we want to bring, I have some more distilled water in this. We're going to bring that back up to where it was before, just to ensure that our recipe is always 100%. Perfect, there we go. All right, now we're back up to where we were when we started. All right, let's get this pot off to the side. And our water portion, or sorry, our oil portion. We're just going to go ahead and add that now to the water portion.
Doesn't look great now. Give me a second. All right, let's get in here with a whisk first. And we'll start whisking this together. Let's get in here with our immersion blender. I wash and sanitize these after every use, and then I just go ahead and keep them in that plastic bag that you just saw me take this out of. Try not to incorporate too many bubbles. This is a really, really small batch. You can already see it's coming together quite nicely, but we need to let this cool down because we have a whole bunch of additives now we're going to be adding, including our preservative. Right, that's all I'm going to do with this stick blender because I don't want to continue adding bubbles and air pockets everywhere. Put that in there, put those in there because we're done with that. So this is the consistency that it is right now. It's going to get way thicker than this. It's just because this is quite hot still. All right, let's go ahead and take that temp. We'll see where we're at. All right, so we're at 113. Technically, we could go ahead and start adding all of our additives right now. I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and let this sit for a few more minutes, then we'll come back and add everything else. Okay, it's been about 3 or 4 minutes. All right, let's go ahead and take our temperature. We should be good to go now. Yeah, we're at 101. Let's go ahead and start adding all of the rest of our goodies, okay? We're going to put that off to the side. All right, we're going to be adding in some marine collagen. Excuse me. I don't know what that is in my throat. Oh, come now. All righty then. Marine collagen. Keratin, hydrolyzed keratin. Next, we're going to be putting in some mushroom extract. Next, we're going to be putting in some willow bark extract. And here comes the star of the show. We're going to be putting in some rice curl complex. Remember, I told you this is a lightweight detangling leave-in conditioner that also helps with curly hair. And again, I don't have curly hair, I have wavy hair. But when I scrunch after I've used my products, it looks like it's curly. All right, that's it for the ingredients, except for we're going to be putting in rosemary mint. I'm going to be using that as my fragrance oil. And then of course, we're going to be putting in our preservative. I switch between rosemary mint and sandalwood because I just love both of those things in hair products. So let's get our scent in here. And lastly is going to be our liquid Germal Plus as our preservative. And that's it as far as the ingredients are concerned. Let's give this a little stir to combine everything. We'll get this all into the pot. All right, good enough. Let's bring our pot back over and get this into the mix. Smells good. All right, let me grab a different whisk. You can see the consistency. It's getting thicker as it cools. We're at 91 now. And room temperature here in the facility at the moment is 79. I have all my fans off. I have my air conditioner off. I have my dehumidifiers off so that I could film without all of that ruckus in the background. But it is, it's not too humid. It's 39% actually, which is surprising because it's raining here today. It is very muggy. It's very moist in the air. I can feel it. Anyways, this is the consistency that it's getting to. It's going to continue that. Let's get in here with our spatula. Make sure that everything gets mixed in thoroughly. Again, it's going to continue to get thicker, but we can go ahead and put this in the jar now. I've already sanitized this, and I sprayed it with some alcohol off camera. So let's just go ahead and get that in there. All right, we're just going to let this sit here and do its thing for a little while. So as you can see in those pictures that I just put up, this product works really, really well to enhance your curl. You can see in that first picture, my hair is just naturally wavy, and then after I used the product, it was quite curly. This is usually what I have been using as a leave-in conditioner, and it works really well. Doesn't do much for curls, but it conditions pretty well. This is even better though. I just wanted to show you guys the consistency of both of these. They're pretty similar. It's a very loose product, very loose, because you don't want something that's heavy and thick and greasy on your hair, weighing it all down. So this is like a really, this is more like a body yogurt. Okay, so this is mine that I use at home, so it's okay for me to dip my fingers in there. But if you guys could see the consistency, it's just really loose. It's really loose. It's lovely. It's really loose though. And that's great if I just want, you know, a little bit of conditioning on my ends, which is the only place that I put the conditioner anyhow. And then here's mine that we made, also very loose. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys the texture and the consistency when we're all done making this. So again, as you can see by the pictures, it worked really well for my ends of my hair, made it nice and curly. Okay, I think that's going to do it for the video. So until we meet again, you guys, be kind and stay humble. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon.